Welcome fellows, for today's video, we will be performing forward reverse motor control, or it is easier to say reverse forward motor control. So before we proceed on our wiring tutorial, let us first study what things we will be needing in our wiring tutorial. So we need a circuit breaker for our induction motor. So this is a thermomagnetic circuit breaker, a combination of circuit breaker and an overload relay. So we need also a circuit breaker for our control circuit and a two pieces contactor. So as much as possible, if we can have a twin contactor, so that we can already have a mechanical interlock, so it is better to use twin contactor. But for this time we don't have a twin contactor, so we will be making interlocking through our electrical control circuit. So we need also an auxiliary contact lock, which we will be needing in our performing our indication lights for controlling our stop, reverse, forward indication lights. So we need also an indication lights for our stop indication, forward indication, reverse indication, and a trip indication lights. So we will be needing also a stop push button, a normally closed contact push button, and two pieces push button that we are going to use for our reverse and forward operation, which is a combination of normally closed and normally open contact. Before we proceed on our actual wiring tutorial for our forward reverse motor control, let us first study our control circuit. So this is our line side and the other is our neutral side. So if you will see on the drawing, we have here our stop push button. From our line terminal, we will go to number 1 or 1 terminal of our stop push button. And then from 2 terminal of our stop push button, we will go to 1 terminal of our forward push button. Then bridging 1 and 3, so that when we press our push button start, it will close our auxiliary normally open contact of our forward contactor, and then will goes here from 1 and 2 normally close contact of our reverse contactor. So this is our interlocking. So once forward operation is activated and we want to close or we want to go on our reverse operation, so when we press this normally closed contact of reverse push button, it will open or it will cut out the entire forward control circuit. So this is our interlocking. So once we are in the reverse operation, so when we are going to go again on our forward operation, so when this is activated or in close contact already, so our reverse contactor is energized. So when we are going to go to forward operation, so we will press this button, thereby cutting again the reverse operation as our interlocking in our control circuit. When we press the forward push button and we are in reverse, it will cut our control circuit on reverse operation. And when we press our reverse push button while we are in forward operation, it will cut out our forward operation as our interlocking through push button. And then we have here another interlocking through our normally closed contact of reverse contactor before going on the coil of forward contactor, and vice versa, the forward normally closed contact before going on our reverse contactor. And then we have here our overload relay going to the both A2's terminal of our contactor. So let us study now how we can perform our indication lights. So if you can see on the drawing, this is our stop indication light. So these stop indication lights will go on the series of two normally close contact located on our forward and reverse contactor. So this is our auxiliary contact block normally close contact. So we will be needing two pieces normally close contact of our auxiliary contact block. Once any of forward or reverse contactor are activated, it will open one of the contact, thereby cutting the supply of our stop push button. And then we have here the forward indication lights that is located on our forward contactor, normally close contact. So once forward contactor activated, this will be closed and giving the light supply of our forward indication light. By our auxiliary contact block, which is located on our reverse magnetic contactor. So once activated our reverse contactor, it will close, thereby giving our line supply to our reverse indication lights. And then we have here our trip indication lights located on our thermomagnetic circuit breaker, normally open contact. Once we have any abnormalities on our induction motor, short circuit or overload, it will close this contact and then giving the supply of our trip indication lights. Let's start our wiring tutorial by performing our connection on our push button. So this is our stop push button, this is our forward push button, and this is our reverse push button. So I will change the position of our push button. So what we got here, according to our drawing, from our line we will go on one terminal of our push button. So this is our one terminal, and then from the two terminal of our push button stop, we will go to one terminal of our push button start, and then from the drawing we will reach 1 and 3 terminal of our push button start, and then we will go to our normally open auxiliary contact of our forward contactor. From this terminal 3, we will go to normally one side or of normally open contact of our forward contactor, and then from this number 4 terminal of our push button start, we will go on one terminal of our reverse push button. So this is it. So this will serve as our interlocking. Once we press our reverse push button and we are in forward operation, it will cut out our forward operation as our interlocking. So we will bring also this 4 terminal of our push button start to our one end or another side of our auxiliary contact, which is located on our forward magnetic contactor. So from these two terminal of our push button start, we will go on 3 terminal of our of our reverse push button. So this one 4 terminal, which is we don't have put yet any wires, so this will go from our normally open auxiliary contact of our reverse contactor together with this number 3 or 3 terminal of our reverse push button. This will go on our auxiliary contact normally open located on our reverse contactor, and then from this line this will go through forward normally closed contact as our interlocking safety to protect the reverse contactor on activating the forward contactor and vice versa. And this two terminal of our reverse push button will go to normally closed contact located on our reverse contactor to protect reversing while we are in forward operation. So, let's start wiring mga kalinya. I have already prepared our line terminals. So, this one is going directly to our circuit breaker. So, this is our line and this is our neutral line. So, it's already, this goes already directly on our circuit breaker. So, anytime we need line or neutral terminal, so we will be connecting on our terminal block. So, what we are going to do now is we will connect now the one terminal of our stop push button going to our line terminal block. So, we will connect it from here. So, I will connect now our line from our stop push button going to our line terminal block. From 3 terminals of our forward push button, so we will be connecting our one wire. This will go to auxiliary contact block of our forward contactor. So this is our forward contactor. So we will be putting this wire from the normally open contact of our contactor. So this came from our terminal 3 of our push button. I will now connect the wire that came from our 3 terminal of our push button start. So we will be connecting from this side. So this is a normally open auxiliary contact of our forward contactor. From 4 terminals of our push button start, so this one goes to our one terminal of our reverse push button. This wire also will goes to another side or another end of our auxiliary contact block on our forward contactor. So I'm going to connect it now. So this wire will goes on the another side of this auxiliary contact block. So I'm going to lay out the wire and bring it on the another side of our normally open contact of our auxiliary contact block forward contactor. So I will connect now the another wire that came from our terminal 4 of our push button on forward push button. So this is now finished. The next thing that we are going to do is from terminal 2 of our reverse push button. So this one will goes to our interlocking. So this one will goes to the normally closed contact of reverse push button before going on the coil of our forward contactor. So we will connect now the wire from our terminal 2 of our push button reverse to the normally closed contact of our magnetic contactor. So this is our interlocking. So the another wire will goes from here before going to the A1 terminal of our forward contactor for us to have an interlocking. From the another line of our auxiliary normally closed contact of our interlocking, so we will connect this wire now. So as what I have said, from this point we will go to this terminal, the A1 terminal of our forward contactor. So I'm going to connect it again. So we are now finished on activating our forward contactor. So we will go now on the final wirings on activating our reverse contactor. I will connect now again the wire from our terminal 4 of our reverse push button. This one will go to the normally closed contact of our forward contactor as our interlocking. So this wire will go from here. So I will connect now the wire from terminal 4 of our reverse push button going here in our normally closed contact of forward contactor before going to the A1 terminal of our reverse contactor as our interlocking. So from this point, the another side of our normally closed contact of our forward contactor, so we will connect our wire here before going to the A1 terminal of our reverse contactor. So we will connect our wire from this terminal. So I will connect it now. So we are now done in connecting our push button and A1 terminal and the interlocking of our control circuit. So what are we going to do now is the connection of our A2 and the A2 of also of our reverse contactor going to our thermal, connected from our thermal overload. I will connect now the wire of our neutral line from this terminal of our thermal overload. So this one will goes to our neutral line of terminal block. So I will connect it now. And from this point, this one will goes to the two A2s of our forward and reverse contactor. I'm going to connect now the wire that came from the normally closed contact of our thermomagnetic circuit breaker, a combination of circuit breaker and overload relay. So I'm now connecting on our neutral terminal block. So what we are going to do now is to connect our two A2s from our forward and reverse contactor going to the another side of our overload relay. I have already prepared the wire from our A2 terminal of our forward contactor and our reverse contactor. So this wire will goes to another side of normally closed contact of our overload relay. So we will connect this one now. I'm going to connect now the wire that came from our two A2's terminal of our forward and reverse contactor in our normally closed contact of our thermal overload relay. So I think we have finished already our control circuit. So let's type this wire first. So we're done. Before we energize or before we try our control circuit, let us first check if we have a shorted circuit. So we will put our test probe here on our circuit breaker, and then we will push our push button start. So if you see our multi-tester, so we have 0.535 kilo ohms, which is the resistance of coil of our forward contactor. So we don't have any shorted. So we will try our reverse contactor. So I pressed already our reverse contactor. So we have 0.537 kilo ohms, which is the coil of our reverse contactor. So we can now proceed on testing our control circuit before we proceed on our wiring tutorial for our lights indication and for connecting our induction motor. So this circuit also will function as jog sequence for forward or reverse rotation, even though we did not put any jog control circuit. So we will I will show you on the end of this video how this will function as also as a jog control circuit, even though we did not put any control for jog sequence. So I will show you when we already have connected our induction motor. How to perform this simple circuit of reverse forward, but will function also as jog for our reverse and forward rotation for our induction motor. So we will check now our control circuit. So I will switch on now our circuit breaker for our control circuit. So we don't have any indication lights yet, so I'm going to push the forward and reverse push button, and I will show you that even though without pushing the without touching the stop push button, we can go directly on reverse when we are in forward, or in forward when we are in reverse reverse operation. So I will push now our push button for forward. So our forward contactor activated. So we will go first on our basic function. So I will stop. So I will push now the reverse push button. So this one is our reverse push button contactor. So I will go also on the basic to stop this one. So I will show you now the interlocking of these two push button. So I will push now the reverse the forward push button. So if we want to go to our reverse rotation or reverse operation, we did not need to stop to push this stop push button. So what we are going to do is to push this softly before we push directly. So I will try now. So our forward contactor stop. So our reverse contactor activated. So I will go now on our forward operation. So I will push our forward by pushing this in a soft manner. Then our contactor reverse deactivated, and then we push directly. So our forward contactor activated. Show you closer so what I have said on the first explanation. So I'm going to push the push button start. So if you see, our forward contactor is activated. So I'm going to go to the reverse rotation. So I will push this softly, so it will stop, and then activating our reverse contactor. So we will do the same process. So I will stop the reverse contactor. I will push this one softly, and then push directly. Our forward contactor is activated. So we can now proceed on performing our indication lights and connecting our induction motor. Sorry.